This is the JOOP. When I bought this 1993 Volvo 940, I said to my wife, I'm gonna buy another car, but it's just for the Gambler 500. Then it's going straight to the scrapyard. That was 6 years ago. It just won't die. It comes from the factory with a Dana 30 solid rear axle with disc brakes, bolt-in axle shafts, 410 gears, and a locker. Well, someone found that you can take the Jeep Dana 30 springs and swap them in for a 3-inch lift, add a 3-inch spacer to the front strut housing, and you have yourself a lifted Volvo. So back in 2019, I put a 3-inch lift on my turbo sedan and went to the Florida Gambler 500. And it was fun, but it kind of just looked like I stuffed some big tires on there. So when I went back in 2020, I brought the JOOP.
This thing is rowdy.
And since then, it's been rally-crossed, gambler-crossed, hoopty-crossed, and all over the state of Florida to places it really shouldn't. Before I tear it down for the next step, I want to show you everything that's been done so far. To get the extra lift, I built 3-inch blocks for all the suspension mounts, and these shocks are out of a Volkswagen Vanagon. In the beginning, I built an adjustable panhard bar. Don't do that. When you change the length of the panhard bar, it makes the axle move side to side more. What you should do is change the mounting position so you can keep the stock length and the stock geometry. Volvo uses a weird 2-link setup with a subframe back here, and originally I made it work by welding in some reinforcements and replacing the short arm with a tractor link. The pinion angle was decent, but the anti-squat was terrible. In the sugar sand, it would just squat down and dig a hole because essentially it was set up to do wheel stands. But with a little math and fabrication, I put together this long arm setup and it completely changed how this thing performs off-road.
Insane.
The front control arm mounts were lowered 3 inches as well and kicked out for camber. Instead of a spacer, I welded 2 sets of strut tubes together so there was only one weak point, then welded a sleeve over that. The sway bar end links are out of a 2019 F-150. This tie rod is out of a 2001 Ford Focus. And this tie rod I had to weld an extension onto because for some reason Volvo uses different size threads on each side of the rack. And this is probably going to get some hate. Yes, it's single shear. Yes, those are lug nuts instead of misalignment spacers. Yes, it's double nutted. But you know what? It works. And it has worked for thousands of miles. And the best part is, it doesn't even matter, because all this is getting ripped out as soon as I'm done with this video. It was the Gambler 500. This car wasn't supposed to last a weekend, but it worked. Things that didn't work, I fixed. The sketchy stuff that did, I left it in. The winch plate is one place I didn't mess around. It's made out of 1/4-inch steel and ties into the factory bumper mounts, then runs back another 18 inches to this bolt. It has a 4-speed automatic transmission with a turbo brick shift kit and a cheap cooler suffocating behind the winch. No turbocharger on this one, but in 2024. So here's the aftermath of the Gambler 500. I was heading back to camp to fix these strut mounts, and the radiator fan died on me. And she got pretty toasty. You see the timing cover started melting. Then things got a little out of hand. But it's still pretty slow, with or without this giant snorkel. I've actually been trying to get this thing over to the dyno to test how much power it robs, so if you have a guess, put it in the comments. These hydrophobic covers are great though. Even from a cold start in the pouring down rain, no problems. It does have a distributor, so that limits how deep it can go. If your feet are getting wet, you're still good, but if you're sitting in it, you're cooked.
That's hilarious.
It was a little deep. And for the Volvo nerds, that computer down there, it's up here high and dry. So that pretty much covers it, but now we've got some new things to talk about. This is my friend Corey.
Hey, guys.
We've been working on the four-wheel drive conversion over at his shop, and he's documenting it on Seldom Seen Builds. So check that channel out, and thanks for watching.